Hi everyone, it's Dr. Kellie Cassidy here, clinical psychologist and owner at Cassidy Psychology in Mount Pleasant and Canning Vale. I'm coming to you today with my weekly Facebook Live vlog, and today I want to talk to you about autism and hopefully dispelling some myths about autism. So for those of you that weren't aware, the 2nd of April was International Autism Awareness Day, and Autism Awareness Month is all of this April. So I just wanted to do my part, I guess, to talk a little bit about autism and continue to raise people's awareness of it. Autism is something at our practice that we see on a daily basis, both in terms of doing assessments and also providing intervention for children who are on the spectrum. The interesting thing about autism is it's thought that maybe 1 in 100 people actually are affected by autism, and latest estimates suggest that's something like 230,000 people in Australia who actually have autism. And so the incidence rates are far higher than lots of other cancers and other disabilities that people might experience. As I said, I want to talk to you about a few myths though. So the first one is that all people with autism have the same difficulties. And that's not necessarily true. Autism is considered a spectrum disorder, and it means that there is a wide range of presentations that might be showing up. We know in general to get a diagnosis of autism, the person has to have difficulties in social communication and in what we call restricted and repetitive behaviours. But that can look very, very different for different people. It can range from a child who is completely non-verbal and engages in lots of self-harming behaviours like biting themselves or hitting themselves, through to highly intelligent people with high-functioning autism who can barely be indistinguished on a daily basis from the average person. So there is a wide range, and that makes it very, very difficult as well for people to really kind of understand autism, because it can look so very different, and every person with autism is quite unique in that way. It's also really important to remember, I think, that people with autism have many strengths, particularly things like their attention to detail, that they can become highly skilled in very specific areas. They have great use of logic, and they can be very loyal and honest people. And so some of what we might think are difficulties of autism can equally be great strengths that allow them to excel and do so well in certain areas of life. The next myth that I wanted to talk about is that people with autism must have low IQs. Now, I've already said that that's not the case, but it's surprising how often people think that is going to happen. But in fact, people with autism span the full range of IQ. Some people with very low functioning intelligence, but equally people who would test in the gifted range for autism. The next one is that people with autism want to be left alone and they don't want to make friends. And that's simply not true. In fact, I see lots of children and teenagers with autism at the practice who are presenting with depression because they're lonely, because they want to make friends, but they simply lack the skills to know how to make friends. So if you're coming across someone with autism that's in your kind of circle, in your community, try and engage with them, open up to them. Yes, it's going to be a little bit different because of those difficulties that they may have with social communication, but it doesn't mean that they don't want to interact with you. And finally, my last myth that I want to talk about is that autism can be outgrown, or that it's due to bad parenting. Now, the simple fact with autism is we don't know what causes it, but we do know that it's a neurodevelopmental disorder, which means that it's likely to have something to do with the brain. But we just don't know. All of the research that's been done still can't actually tell us why people end up with autism. But it's certainly not due to bad parenting. We know that certain parenting styles might exacerbate some of the symptoms of autism, and parents of children with autism do need to be careful and adjust their parenting style to suit a child with autism. But it certainly cannot be said that it's simply due to bad parenting or not putting enough consequences in place or teaching children right from wrong or anything like that. Autism is most certainly, as I said, a neurodevelopmental condition, and we can't simply blame it on a child's environment and the way they've been parented. So that's all I want to say. That's 4 main myths today about autism for people to be aware of. I'm hoping that people that are watching this might be able to do their part in some way in terms of raising awareness around autism, maybe by sharing this with people on your Facebook page, talking with people about it, perhaps even just approaching people in your network who you know have autism. It might be in discussing with your children and helping them to be really inclusive at school. There's lots and lots of different ways, most certainly, that you can get involved with this. But by all means, share this video, if nothing else. Please also comment below, let me know your thoughts, let me know if you're liking the vlogs. As always, as well, please, if there's certain topics that you'd like me to be talking about, contact me and let me know. I'm more than happy to take requests. Okay, that's all for me for now. As always, here at Cassidy Psychology, we're working together with you to help you flourish and thrive. I will look forward to speaking with everyone again next week. Bye for now.